Right now, someone less qualified than you is taking the promotion you deserved. Right now, someone with half your integrity is winning the negotiation you lost. And right now, someone who understands what I'm about to share is moving through life like they have a cheat code, while you're still playing by rules that were designed to keep you in place. Here's the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to tell you. The world doesn't reward fairness. It rewards strategy. And today, I'm going to reveal the 8 traits of what psychologists call dark intelligence. These aren't the traits they teach you in school. These are the patterns that separate those who survive from those who dominate. But before we start, understand this. What you're about to learn is a weapon. It can be used for protection or destruction. My goal isn't to create manipulators. It's to make sure you can never be manipulated again. So if you're ready to see the game for what it really is, let's begin. Let me ask you something. When someone asks about your plans, do you tell them everything? Your weekend itinerary? Your career goals? Your strategies? If you do, you've already lost. The first trait of dark intelligence is calculated opacity. Machiavelli said it best, everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. In a world obsessed with transparency and oversharing, mystery has become the ultimate power move. Think about it. When you're completely transparent, you become predictable. And when you're predictable, you can be controlled. But here's the psychological trick. When people only know half the story, their imagination fills in the rest. And that imagination works in your favor. Let me give you an example. Someone asks about your weekend. The average person says, "Oh, I'm just going to watch Netflix, maybe do some laundry, the usual." A person with calculated opacity says, "I have something important to take care of," and changes the subject. They haven't lied, they haven't been rude, but they've created a gap. And that gap makes them interesting. Your information is currency. Don't spend it all at once. When you practice calculated opacity, your words carry weight because they're rare. People lean in when you speak because they know you don't waste words. This isn't about being secretive for the sake of it. It's about being strategic with your vulnerability. Now, let's talk about authenticity. You've probably heard, just be yourself. But here's what they don't tell you. Yourself should be adaptable. The second trait is having an adaptive persona. Think about water. Water takes the shape of any container it's in. A glass, a bottle, a river. But it's still water. Its essence doesn't change. That's what you need to become. Every person you meet has a different communication style. Some people are analytical. They want data, facts, logic. Others are emotional. They want connection, empathy, stories. Some think in big pictures. Others need step-by-step details. If you use the same approach with everyone, you will fail to connect with most people. But when you study the person in front of you and adjust your communication style to match theirs, magic happens. They feel understood. They feel seen. And when people feel understood, they trust you. This isn't being fake. This is being intelligent. A chameleon changes colors to survive. You change your communication style to thrive. Your core values stay the same. Your principles don't bend, but your delivery, that's flexible. And that flexibility gives you influence in any room you walk into. Here's a question that will change your life. What are you afraid to lose? Your job? A relationship? Someone's approval? Whatever it is, that fear controls you. The third trait is detachment. And I need you to understand this carefully because it's often misunderstood. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care without being enslaved by that care. Imagine two people negotiating. Person A is desperate. They need this deal. Their rent is due, their boss is watching. They can't afford to fail. Person B wants the deal too, but they have options. They're willing to walk away. Who has the power? Person B, every single time. The person who needs something less has all the leverage. This is the paradox of detachment. The less you need something, the more likely you are to get it. When you're not afraid to lose, threats lose their power. The most dangerous person in any negotiation isn't the one who has nothing to lose. It's the one who has everything to gain, but nothing to fear. That's the space you want to operate from. Detachment is your armor. It makes you unshakable. Most people think power is loud. They think it's about making demands, raising voices, dominating conversations. But that's amateur hour. Real power whispers. The fourth trait is silent leverage. This is the art of creating influence without saying a word. Let me teach you one technique that will change every difficult conversation you have. The pregnant pause. When someone asks you a difficult question, your instinct is to fill the silence immediately. Don't. Pause. Look at them thoughtfully. Let the silence stretch for 3, 4, 5 seconds. Watch what happens. Two things happen. First, your response carries more weight because they see you're actually thinking, not just reacting. Second, they often get uncomfortable and start filling the silence themselves, giving you information they didn't plan to share. Silent leverage also means making yourself indispensable without announcing it. Don't tell people you're a problem solver. Just solve problems consistently. Don't brag about your value. Demonstrate it so clearly that people naturally want to keep you around. This is strategic patience. You're not forcing people to follow you. You're creating an environment where following you is their best option. Here's a secret about human nature. Every single person you meet is silently asking 3 questions. Do you see me? Do you understand me? Do you value me? The 5th trait is psychological echo. This goes beyond active listening. It's about reflecting people's deepest needs back to them in a way that builds instant trust. Most people listen to respond. You need to listen to understand the emotion behind the words. Here's an example. Someone says, "I hate my job." The average person gives advice. "Why don't you look for a new one?" A person using psychological echo says, "It sounds like you're not feeling valued for your contributions." See the difference? The second response validates the emotion. It shows you understand not just what they said, but what they meant. When you reflect someone's reality back to them, especially the positive interpretation of that reality, they trust you immediately. Once you've established this connection, you can present your ideas in a way that matches their psychological profile. You're not changing your message. You're translating it into their language. This is how you influence without manipulation. This is how you lead without force. Now we're getting into controversial territory. The 6th trait is ambiguous morality. And before you click away, hear me out. This doesn't mean being evil or immoral. It means understanding that the real world is complicated. Sometimes being nice in the short term leads to disaster in the long term. Sometimes protecting the group requires removing an individual. Let me give you a real scenario. You're managing a team. One person is toxic. They're lying, damaging morale, hurting productivity. The nice choice is to give them another chance, to be patient, to hope they change. The pragmatic choice is to remove them to protect the other 10 honest, hard-working employees. Which is the moral choice? The one that looks good, or the one that creates the best outcome? Ambiguous morality means asking, what action leads to the best result for the most people? Not, what makes me look like a good person? This requires courage. It requires taking responsibility for unpopular decisions. But that's what separates managers from leaders. Leaders make the hard calls. They live in the gray area because they understand that pure moral clarity is a luxury the real world doesn't always afford. We live in an era where everyone broadcasts everything. Their breakfast, their feelings, their every thought. And because of that, the person who shares strategically stands out like a diamond in a pile of glass. The seventh trait is controlled exposure. This is about creating a curiosity gap. Humans are wired to fill in gaps. When you withhold parts of your life, your capabilities, your plans, you become intriguing. In your career, don't reveal all your skills in week 1. Reveal them gradually. This creates the perception of constant growth rather than someone who peaked on day 1. In negotiations, never reveal all your priorities up front. Every piece of information you give away is leverage you lose. And let's talk about your digital footprint. Everything you post online is permanent. Your social media is not your diary. It's your public relations campaign. Be intentional. Use it to guide how people perceive you. Don't let random posts define your narrative. And now we arrive at the final trait, the one that ties everything together: outcome obsession. Here's the difference between amateurs and professionals. Amateurs want to be right. Professionals want results. Most people get caught up in ego battles. They want to win the argument. They want to prove they're smarter. They want validation. A person with outcome obsession asks only one question: what result am I trying to achieve? They don't care about looking smart. They care about winning. And here's the beautiful part. When you're obsessed with outcomes, you become strategically lazy. You apply the 80-20 rule. You focus only on the activities that actually move the needle. This also means you're flexible about the method. If Plan A fails, you move to Plan B without ego. If someone has a better idea, you adopt it. You're stubborn about the goal, but flexible about the path. And that makes you resilient in a way that rigid people can never be. So there you have it, the 8 traits of dark intelligence. Calculated opacity, adaptive persona, detachment, silent leverage, psychological echo, ambiguous morality, controlled exposure, and outcome obsession. But here's what I need you to understand. This knowledge is a weapon. It can protect you, or it can corrupt you. The choice is yours. My goal isn't to turn you into a manipulator. It's to make sure you can't be manipulated. It's to help you see the game so clearly that you stop being played. Remember, the most dangerous person in the room is the one with nothing to lose. But the most valuable person is the one who understands human psychology and uses it to create situations where everyone wins. Don't become the villain in someone else's story. Become the person who's too smart to be anyone's victim. The world doesn't play fair, but now you know the rules. Now you understand the psychology. Now you have the tools. What you do with them is up to you. Choose to be strategically intelligent, not emotionally reactive. Choose to be powerful, not powerless. And, most importantly, choose to use your power to lift others up, not tear them down. If this video opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button. There's a whole world of psychological strategy we're going to explore together. And if you want to go deeper, check out the description for recommended reading. Until next time, stay sharp, stay strategic, and remember, knowledge is power, but only if you use it wisely.